Hi, and welcome to my channel. And this video is titled, A Narcissist Really Is That Bad of a Person? So this is going to be a bit of an emotional video. I mean, I kind of feel like most of my videos are emotional, but I feel like this one is kind of even more emotional. And it might be a little bit long. Um, I mean, it's just been a lot of things leading up to, I mean, well, I always knew how bad a narcissist was. I always knew how bad of a person Michael Caruso was. I mean, especially after the fact, all of the things that he said. You're an awful girlfriend. It's my fault that I cheat on you. I mean, just, um, so before I get into like the major event, I was talking to one of my homegirls, and we were talking about life and guys cheating and this and that, and I told her the explanation or the reason that Michael Caruso told me that he cheated on me, and it was because I did not perform a certain job well enough for him. That's why he cheated on me. She's like, "Girl, are you joking?" It's like, "No." She's like, "No, it's more than that." She's like, "It's more than that." And I was like, "Yeah, I know it was. I saw the messages. I saw everything. Trina was his girlfriend. He can deny it. She can deny it. Everybody can deny it because that's what, they do is deny. Why not just be an adult and say the truth? Well, because apparently it gets you off to lie." She was like, "No, girl." And then, she was like, "Girl," she's like, "Don't let that bother you." She's like, "Don't let that bring you down." She's like, "Don't feel bad for his inadequacy." And it's like, because he told me sex and love are two different things, which, yes, but, if it's I love you, but she does things better than you, so I go to her for that. So then it's okay if I do that, right? I mean, I just really can't. And then I was talking to one of my homeboys, well, a handful of my homeboys, telling them the play-by-play deal, and they were like, "Lee, this guy's a complete and total D-bag." They were like, "No, no." They're like, "He's an awful person. Any normal person would just break up with you and go on to something better." And everyone said this, okay, if you're this awful girlfriend, why be with you? If you don't do A, B, and C right, well, then why? Like, yeah, because you're a narcissist, and you get sick pleasure on hurting people, you know. And it's like, I know this. Um, so here's kind of just, and things click into my head on what an awful person Michael Caruso is, a full-fledged textbook narcissist. I mean, watch all the videos. Well, okay. So I believe in God. He doesn't. That's one of the things that we disagree on, and should have been a red flag for me then and there, because honey, God is good all the time. He doesn't believe in that. So I believe in God. I believe in a higher power. I believe in a spiritual. I mean, I've said it before. I mean, if I didn't have animals, I would just drop everything and go to Tibet and be with the monks for like years, you know. So I rescue senior dogs. I have a huge spot in my heart for senior dogs. I like to save the animals that no one else, I guess, likes, wants. The old dogs, the misfit dogs, the whatever. And it was all with my one dog. I had him, and he lived out his best days. Oh, this was the dog that Michael Caruso told me, and I quote, "You should have euthanized him 6 months prior before he died." Okay. This was also Michael Caruso who helped me bury him in his back frickin' yard. Like, I just can't. But of course, when I tried to get an explanation of why would you say such a hurtful thing. What? Nothing. Radio silence, right? And I work with an animal communicator. Not a lot of people might believe in that. I do. Okay. And she's pretty spot on. I mean, yeah. So, in response to Michael Caruso, and he knows about my animal communicator, he knows about the sessions. I mean, she's on it, right? Says things that no one else would know. And I said to him, if he didn't want to live, he would have told me. I fulfilled his wishes. He took his last breath in my living room when I said, we gotta go to the vet. Something's wrong. It's like, no, Mama, we're not going to the vet. And, I never got in anything, not in, I'm sorry, Lee. I spoke out of anger, which, you know what? Actually, no, that's not even an excuse, because even when you're angry, you say the truth. Okay. He said the truth. He's spoken the truth on numerous occasions. I guess he just doesn't want to take accountability for the truth that he says. So, my recent senior dog, who's 15, the dog who has seizures, that I called him in a panic the first time that he had a seizure, when he came over and was as cold as ice. This was the first time he had a seizure. I didn't know what was going on. I'm in a panic. I'm watching my dog pace and pace and pace, trying to come out of it. I'm sitting here. I'm crying. I'm shaking. I'm just a mess. What is Michael Caruso doing? Sitting on the couch. Just like he doesn't even want to be there. Why did you come? He's not speaking to me. He's not comforting me. He's not putting his arm around me. He's not like nothing. He's just like, okay. So recently he's not doing well. And I had an animal communicator session, and he's ready to go. And actually in one day we're going to say goodbye to him. Only goodbye in the physical form. He will always be with us spiritually, but in the physical form. And I mean, it breaks my heart. He's lost weight. He's a small dog, so he's 0.4 pounds. He's blind. He's, and he said he wants help crossing over, right? So it's going to be bittersweet, right? So tomorrow, we're having a celebration of life. Well, we're having a celebration of life, and then Monday, after I help him cross over, we're having a huge celebration, right? Like all of my friends, they're all coming together for me to have this huge celebration. Like I was out with one of my really, really close homeboys tonight, and he knew that it was just really rough, and he was like, "Well, do you want to go out and get something to eat?" I was like, "Yeah, I just need to get my mind away from this, And I told him, I said, tomorrow, my dog and I, like, we're celebrating the whole day. Like, I'm, we're hanging out outside. We're, enjoying the fresh air. We're eating all of his favorite foods. I'm so sorry that I'm crying right now, getting stuff in my eyes. And, like, we're just having a huge celebration of life, and then Monday, I have really great friends, like my girlfriends, my homeboys. Like, we're having this huge fiesta, because my dog said, um, he wants me to get flowers. And he said, not wildflowers, beautiful roses. And he said they don't have to be red, but he was like, get roses. So I'm like, okay. I mean, I detest red roses. I detest them. But I do love roses, white, pink, yellow. And I went and I bought a ton of prayer candles, like I couldn't find any of these St. Francis, but I found like Guadalupe, the Lord's Prayer. I mean, I just got all of the big prayer candles that I could find. And I have this little, I guess, well, I have a little sacred space for my other animals that have passed, but on my like bar countertop, I have all the prayer candles lined up, and I have, for flowers, and I have this, my friends and my people close to me were coming over. We're having a huge a fiesta celebration. Everybody's bringing food, and it's just going to be like a big party, big celebration of life. So I was hanging out with my homeboy, and he's coming to this fiesta. And it's just something that I want to do, because the animals that I've had in the past that have crossed over, it's been so sudden. And it's just been so sudden, but this is what he wants. He wants help crossing over. And like, I've never had this kind of support before. And it just kind of makes you realize, it's like, God, there's people that really do genuinely care, and they're not just caring for their own like benefit. And he was um like, all right, well, I'm gonna go home. I mean, I'm not feeling well. And he's like, well, he's like, I want you to enjoy your day tomorrow with your dog. He was like, enjoy your day. He's like, we're gonna have the best celebration of life Monday. He was like, it's just gonna be the greatest. And it's like, I've never had that before. I had Michael Caruso, the narcissist, tell me, I should have euthanized my dog 6 months prior, but as he's helping me bury my dog, he's cheating on me with the prostitute. Like, I just. So as I'm out to dinner with my homeboy, and we're just talking, and usually when I'm out with my friends, girlfriends, homeboys, whatever, I go out as, I need a distraction. I want them to talk about everything in their life. I don't want to open up. I don't want to talk about what's going on with me, because I'm just going to like cry and be a mess. I just want to forget about my thoughts, my feelings. So whatever it is that they talk about, whether it's relationship problems, like anything, I don't care. So then he says to me, he was like, so Lee, he was like, so what's going on with you? And I'm like, oh, nothing. He was like, no. He was like, there is stuff going on. He was like, what's going on with you? And I'm like, well, not much. I'm just, really just kind of leading, a boring life. I work at my day job. I come home. I take care of my dogs. I do listings on my online sales. I film YouTube videos. If the weather's nice, I go to the beach, or I tan, and sit outside and read. I'm like, I don't know, it's just really boring. And he's like, well, Lee, he was like, it's not boring. He was like, it's what you like to do. And I'm like, yeah, well, I was with Michael Caruso, who gave me a lot of crap for being a boring person. And it's like I told my homeboy, I said, he gave me so much crap for not, this is what he gave me crap of. I don't want to go out. Now, when I say going out, I'm so sorry, I'm sniffling. Like, I'm so, told you this video is going to be a mess. Um, Going out is going to these disgusting, trashy, biker, scummy bars in Largo, listening to cover bands play. I mean, it's not like he's going skydiving, zip lining, kayaking, hiking. It's not like he's doing these activities and saying, "Hey, Lee, do you want to go do these things with me?" No, it's, "Oh, I'm going to go to Jimmy's biker bar and see Retribution play. Do you want to come with me?" No, the F I don't. Like, I've spent pretty much my whole life working in these disgusting, nasty bars. I don't want to go there on my day off. So then he writes me off. And I'm telling my homeboy this, and he was like, well, first he says, "Well, anybody who plays in a cover band is lame." And I'm like, "Well, honey, he's not even that good." But he was like, God, he was like, "I'm really sorry that this person made you just really feel bad about yourself." I'm like, "Yeah, he made me feel bad about myself for everything. I mean, making me feel like I don't have a life because I don't want to go to a smoky, dingy bar and listen to 60-year-olds playing a crappy cover band." I'm like, he gave me so much crap for leading a boring life, you know? Oh, what? I don't want to go see a crappy band play, or I don't want to go have dinner with you at Applebee. I mean, it's not like you're wanting to go and really do things. No. I mean, just kind of, well, and I always do this, but it just kind of puts into perspective of a narcissist really is an awful person. I mean, God, they really are. And when you kind of come out of that bubble and you're around people that care about you. And I mean, I was around, my girlfriends who really cared about me when I was, I guess, in the trenches of Michael Caruso. But when you're in the trenches, you don't want to hear it. You know it, but you don't want to hear it. And it's just like, man, I mean, yeah, narcissists, they really are that bad of a person. They're not there for you at all. I mean, they just get off on hurting you. It's just, yeah. And, as much as you realize this and, it puts into perspective, I mean, it's still going to take a toll on you, and I mean, while it does still kind of take a toll on me, I mean, I'm, I have other things on my mind, but yeah, narcissist really is that bad of a person. And I still say, you really want a narcissist to get their karma, and I kind of feel like they never will. Um, but yeah, to anyone out there who's kind of feeling that you'll never have anyone who cares about you, whether it's, a friendship, a romantic relationship, yeah, there really are people out there who do care, you know? And what's crazy is it's like you never really know if these people are telling the truth or not. Like in a romantic relationship, I mean, you can only hope for the best and prepare for the worst. But, I mean, as heartbreaking as it is as having to say goodbye to your pet that you love and adore, and how the people around you handle that and support you and are there for you. And something that even like my homeboy, he was like, "A celebration of life for your dog?" And I'm like, "Yeah, for my dog." And he was like, "Well, Lee," he was like, "I'm gonna be there for you." He's like, "But that's just crazy." I was like, "No, it's not crazy." I was like, well, I don't know, I guess certain people have funerals, which, yes, but I'm like, we're having a celebration of life. I was like, you would do that for a human. I'm doing that for my dog. And, he might kind of think it's a little crazy, but he's there for me to support me because it's important to me. It's just like, wow, I haven't had that in such a long time that it almost feels foreign, but, but yeah. Yeah, narcissist really is that bad of a person. But thank you for watching my video. And if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing. So thank you guys. See ya.